I'm sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. I forgot to record for our participants. Anyways. Okay. Rory, can you drop the Google Doc into the chat?
You bet.
All right. So as I said, we'll send out that WhatsApp group link in an email tomorrow. That'll be easier to access. And it's also in this Google Doc too. So you'll see it tonight. I'm going to share my screen, and we have an agenda to get through tonight and to answer your questions. Okay. Any burning questions? I want to know right now, what are questions off the top of your head? Go ahead and put those in the chat, and we can make sure that we're going to answer them tonight. Let's see here. Get my screen set up.
Yep. I'll
Rory,
keep my eye on the chat area
okay.
too. Yep.
Perfect. All right. So tonight we are doing a quick little thing about stages of culture shock. Okay. We are going to do talk about our trabajo voluntario. You guys are awesome. Most of you have already signed up for a project, so we're going to do a little bit more work with that tonight. We're going to talk about just some friendly reminders, kind of a checklist of what we need to do in the next couple days. Host families, our lista de delincuentes that we prepared last week, last meeting 2 weeks ago, is significantly shortened. So
many fewer delinquents.
Yeah. And then a Q&A. So we're going to get started. But if you have done the pre-departure course, this lesson, the common stages of cultural adjustment, but a lot of people just say culture shock. Okay. This chart might look familiar, but first, a couple days, week, we get there, and we're most likely going to be in the honeymoon stage, like super excited about everything. Maybe you hate tomatoes, but in Costa Rica, they taste so good all of a sudden because you're in the honeymoon stage, right? Everything is lovely. The exhaust from the motorcycles in the public transportation doesn't bother you, okay? All that kind of stuff. The second stage, these stages kind of happen. I should say this graph makes it look like it's linear, but in a day, okay, you can experience kind of all of them. Okay, so it's not necessarily linear. You can be in the honeymoon stage, and some people never leave the honeymoon stage. Some people are in this second stage, which is el choque cultural, cultural shock. Can you put this link, chat?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I did. Yeah, I'll do it again.
Some people are depending on your mindset, your mind frame, are in this choque cultural all the time. Okay. Yep. And then the third stage is you're slowly getting adjusted to the culture. So you're loving some things, you're annoyed by some things, but you can function. You're doing a great job. And then the fourth stage is adaptation. So on a 2-week program, some people never leave the honeymoon sage, wouldn't you say?
No doubt. Yeah.
The longer that you're in the country, you'll definitely go through all these stages. So go ahead, and I'm gonna, because we're a smaller group tonight. Hola, Karen. She's walking around. Go ahead and unmute yourselves and just speak up. I got you started, but what are some characteristics of the honeymoon stage? I added these to get you started. These are off of another
Excited
group.
to try all the new food.
Trying all the new food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Differences are exciting and not annoying.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Love it.
Lots of energy.
Yes.
Here, I'll type. You lead. All right.
Okay. Lots of energy. Awesome. What else here? I think you get the idea. It's all very, very exciting, right? And then we move into culture shock. And what are the characteristics? What do you think are the characteristics of the culture shock stage? Because I guarantee there'll be some days or moments where you will be in this culture shock stage.
More irritable.
Overwhelmed.
More irritable. Yes, indeed.
And overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. Uh-huh.
I think it's easy to lose motivation sometimes. Also, lose motivation a little bit.
It's easy to get upset with yourself also because you're thinking, I'm in this awesome country and I'm having this once in a lifetime opportunity. Why am I so frustrated? Or why am I overwhelmed? And so it's easy to get down on yourself for sure. We see that.
Yeah.
And Rory and I have 20 plus years of being in Costa Rica every summer. And we still go through these stages every single summer, every single time.
Mhm.
So just be prepared, because
Yeah.
you will go through
So you,
this.
yeah, you'll miss things from back home. Maybe it's a routine, maybe it's a object, could be people, that kind of thing. The reason we talk about this is that when you enter this moment or this stage of culture shock, it can really sort of derail your learning, and it can get you to a place where you're frustrated and giving it less energy, giving it less attention, your day-to-day stuff. And that's what we want to help you just kind of recognize, avoid, because you wouldn't want a natural process to steal an opportunity from you to really continue moving your Spanish forward, because this culture shock stuff tends to hit not as soon as, but about the same time that your exponential learning really kicks in. And so, when you first get there, you're kind of getting used to everything, and you haven't hit, like, I don't know if you're a motorcycler, but your power band yet of your learning, and where it's really, you're doing all of the learning, and it's coming really fast and furious. But a couple weeks in is when this starts, and that's about when you are, getting to the place where, like, man, this is really coming well. And so we just don't want that to be something that derails your progress.
And so can you set up some breakout rooms for me?
Yeah, I've got them.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to spend just like 3 minutes in breakout room, and we're going to be stuck on this stage number 2. These 2 questions I want you guys to discuss in small groups, because being prepared with a plan and pre-thinking some of these things can avoid that feeling of just being upset with yourself or complete overwhelm. Okay. So how are you going to keep this natural stage? Because everyone's going to go through it. It's a natural stage, in check, so it doesn't disrupt your learning or your program. Okay. And then what are your predictions? What are some of your normal daily routines in the US that may be difficult to maintain in Costa Rica, and that may get you a little bit frustrated or annoyed or irritated? So you guys have editing permission on this Google Doc. And so you can dump your answers in your groups right on this Google Doc, and we'll come back together and we'll do a short little session, like 3-4 minutes. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to each other in English, Spanish. You can do this in English, Spanish, Spanglish, whatever. And then we'll come back together as a group.
Perfect. I'm texting Dee real quick because she needed a link to the meeting, but okay. All right. I'm ready. Let's go off to our breakout rooms.
Wait, let's put the link in the chat again.
Okay. All right. There we go. 1, 2, y 3.
Okay.
All right. Muy
Regresaron.
bien. Muy bien. Excelente. Okay. So seeing some great ideas in here, except that the emotion is normal. The stage is normal. Breathe into it. Journal. Yeah. Have a way to sort of record some of your thoughts. Laughter. Oh my goodness.
Rory will keep us laughing with his
dad jokes. Dad
I was
jokes.
just about to
Everyone
say.
loves dad jokes.
Silly
Okay.
dad
All right.
jokes.
Yeah. Okay. Remember, we're all in this together. Absolutely. Take a breath.
Take a beat.
Yeah.
If we had our youngest daughter, Eliana, Megan knows, we would have a dance party to
That's
take a
right,
beat
that's
for
right.
sure. Okay.
All right. Great.
This first question, how are you going to keep this natural stage in check so it doesn't disrupt your learning or your experience? Anyone else want to comment? That's something that's not there. Hola, Catherine.
Hi there.
Just like
Kel-
sneak in.
All sorts of issues with your emails. They're going to some obscure junk folder. So I just
Putting
found
me in
that.
spam, Catherine. You're putting me in your junk.
Well, it only goes into a junk folder in my phone. So I use my desktop and laptop, and they're not there. So I'm like, why aren't they communicating? Are through my junk.
I'm sorry.
Just seeing that, I guess my host family got COVID.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so moving to the second question.
Yep. So some of your normal daily routines, definitely exercise, some alone time. Those are very, very doable on the program. In fact, most mornings, Les and I will be out exercising as well. The weather will be really nice in the mornings. And so there's some places to run and do some other things. So we'll be letting you know of sometimes we'll be going, showing you some trails and things to run and some roads to run if you want to meet up.
Yes, Megan. Some knitting and cross stitch to work on.
Excellent.
All
Excellent.
right. Okay, well, this is important to keep in mind. We're going to move on, but just remember these things. Remember this conversation in a week or two from now, okay?
Yeah.
To keep yourselves in check. The last two stages, we're not going to spend time on tonight. Jumping to our volunteer work. I am so this is
Proud.
just awesome. Proud, excited that the majority of you jumped in there and signed up for projects. So positive discipline, Lou and Lacey, talking about expectations, limits, consequences, Nicole and Dee, effects of and alternatives to spanking and yelling. Okay, we have
Oh,
Rory.
this is going to be really fun. Yeah, because some skits and things. It turns out that we've got space for like 3 people to help with skits. And we have 3 people that aren't signed up for anything yet. And so this is awesome. Wasong, Ignacies, thank you, Catherine. Let's do some skits, some positive discipline skit. This is going to be great.
Rory's really good at doing skits, so we can help you out.
Okay, so
First aid, cuts and bumps, Emily, Isabella, Madison. Seizures, Laura, Katie, and Mauda. First aid, Kelsey, Megan, and Kate. So all the medical topics you'll be working with Rory and doing preparation in country. And then I get to work with the McDivitt family and Kathy and Tommy and Lou. You're in twice. So
is that okay? I mean, I wasn't sure if the timing, if there was a way to do both or not.
yeah, so we'll be there 2 days.
I think we are there 2 days. Yeah.
So one day you could do one, and then the second day you can jump up and do physical activities.
While you're reviewing this, I'm creating the breakout rooms based on who's here.
Okay.
And so we can get in and start doing some.
So Lou,
Okay.
that's an option if you want to kind of do both.
I'm happy to do what works best. So
Okay.
I'm throwing myself out there, and you can use me however you see would work the best.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So we're going to, now you know kind of your theme. Right now, we're going to go into breakout rooms. Rory's arranging the breakout rooms right now with your partners. Not everyone's here tonight, but with your partners. And in this Google Doc, I added a column, essential vocab. And so we want you to spend 5 minutes brainstorming. What are the essential, maybe phrases, questions, vocab that you need to know that you don't know in Spanish? Okay, so put them down in English. If you know some in Spanish, put them down in Spanish. And then when we are in country, in Costa Rica, we're going to have a day and a half to help you prepare. And we'll start with this essential vocabulary, but being able to identify it tonight will give you a jump start to our preparation when we're down there.
Yep. So, all right. So I've got our rooms ready to begin what Leslie was just saying, start brainstorming some essential vocab and things like that for your workshops. Mauda, neither Katie nor Elora are here tonight on the meeting. And so I'm sending Karen into your group with you to help with some brainstorming. Karen, you're not actually on this list because you're just for week 1 and all of this is week 2. And so, but Karen, you'll help Mauda a little bit think through her stuff. Muchas gracias. Okay, I think we're ready.
Okay.
What do we, like 5 minutos?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Adelante. Okay, excelente. So we've got some ideas flowing. Fantastico. If you didn't get a chance to put them up here, no problem. But as you were working through talking about your ideas, what kind of questions came up about either the charla or the activity itself or some of the vocab needed? We will have time in country to work on some of this, which is great. We'll get into small groups and work together on some of these things. But what any burning questions come to mind right now as you just got started?
Lou.
How much time should we budget for content, Q&A in this, and how many rounds of people will we kind of figure on?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we should have on any given day somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes total for your activity. Now, it doesn't have to go that long. Some of you are like, holy moly, that's so long, so much time, but once you get people moving around and you add some piece of, active engagement to it, and you have some Q&A, like you say, and you transition between topics, 20 minutes is really fast. But you can sort of plan on that. Any other questions pop up?
No. Okay. How it's going to work when we're in Costa Rica? I think it's, I'm not looking at the itinerary right now, but Tuesday, Rory and I will give you guys an orientation to SEDCUS. And then we'll break up into our small groups, and you'll have a big chunk to work on vocabulary. And then we're going to do a site visit too. So you'll actually see the community that we're going to be working in. You'll hear from the directors about their mission and their involvement in the community.
The space will be in
the
for
space
the
we're
workshops
in and all that kind of stuff. So you can adjust as needed.
Yep,
So
absolutely. These are one of the things that always make people, give some anxiety. These workshops give some anxiety because it's like, oh my gosh, I have to actually do something and communicate something in Spanish and do something meaningful. But it's also one of the more rewarding experiences as well. As you're going through it, meeting people, connecting with them, it's, I would say it's not easy per se, but it's well worth your energy and your focus, and it's wonderful for your language. Yeah,
I was looking at Megan as you were saying that. She was nodding her head saying yep, meaningful. And Stephanie, Vanessa, Rory and I are there to help you on a language need, give you supports and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we're there. Okay, moving on. Host family assignments have all been assigned. Catherine
just got switched, I think.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Catherine, as you know, your host family was COVID positive yesterday. So we made a switch today. It's an equally great family, but just a reminder that could happen while we're on program or in the next couple of days. And so we're trying our hardest. We have a bank of host families that are all healthy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying our hardest, but we ask for your patience and flexibility. What you guys need to do is just watch the lesson, your lesson in the pre-departure course about the host family. Try to get in touch with your host family. In this document right here, there's a little how to initiate a conversation with your host family, a script. You can try it, you can adjust it, you can adapt it, or you can toss it out the window, okay? Either way, but there's just some ways to start a conversation with them. And then we want to take questions right now. A couple came up that I'll start with, but one, can you really drink out of the tap water? Fill up a water bottle under the sink. And yes, you can.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for many, many, many years. The Costa Ricans drink the water out of the tap, and we do too.
Yeah, it's really not a problem at all. And as far as hot water goes, there is a little note in the pre-departure course about hot water and showers and things like that. Most of the homes don't have a centralized hot water tank that then feeds out to all the faucets and showers and all of that. Most of them, in fact, on faucets don't have heated water, just have cold water. And if there's two knobs, only one of them's live. The cold water one's live. But in the shower, there's a little head at the shower. That shower head is a resistance heater. It's an electric heater right there. And so water runs through a coil before it comes out, which means that the more pressure you have in there, the faster water is running through there and the less amount of time it has to warm up. So the more water pressure you use, typically the colder your water is going to be. The less water pressure you use, the warmer it will be. But that'll be something that you just kind of ask your host mom about. How do I do this? And you'll get the hang of it.
Yep.
All right. What other questions about host families?
Is iPhone D? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, good. Okay, D. I will, she's asking, she can only get a hold of the teenage boy who really doesn't say anything. Oh, it really must be a teenage boy. I will
We'll check and see
Check with the
if your
number.
family, if your
Yeah.
mom, if your host mom has an iPhone as well. Okay. All right.
That's funny.
Tia D is who you are. Aunt D now. Okay. All right. Excellent. We did get the update and we didn't get a hard number, but we asked about host families and how many are vaccinated, that kind of thing. And while we don't have a number, it's like the majority of the families have had an opportunity to be vaccinated and things. So if that's high on your concern level, then I think we're doing okay. So
No, you do not need to bring your own sheets.
no.
They will have nice clean sheets. One thing that has always struck me about Costa Rica is that houses are more humble and simpler, but they are well taken care of.
Yeah.
There is a status of cleanliness there that sometimes I wish we had here.
Oh, do you? Well, you have to talk
Yeah.
to your children about
I
that.
know. So, yeah. Any other questions about host families? No? Okay. All right. Well, here just a list of things, friendly reminders of things that we've been answering throughout the week. So we just wanted to address that right now. Oh, Katie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's coming at the end, Kate. We'll talk about Costa Rica's level 4-ness here in a minute. Okay.
Masks, bring some masks that you really love to wear, because they're
We'll be using them.
we'll
Yeah.
be using them
Yep.
a lot down there. It's if you're in Colorado, it's similar to at least Boulder County where we are. We're masked up everywhere we go, still inside, indoors, not outside, but
Yeah.
indoors. So that's what it's similar to. Here is that WhatsApp link to join. Okay, so you can access this Google Doc and join this WhatsApp link. This will be our group chat that you'll want to join. This is the link to the Health Pass. You can click on it now, but you won't be able to complete it. It has to be done within 72 hours. Okay. And this summer, when we last did the Health Pass, I recorded a video of me actually doing it, walking through the steps. And so it's at this link right here. That was when we had to upload our travel insurance. So you should have all received an email from iNext, which is your travel insurance. I don't think if you're vaccinated, you don't need to update your travel insurance to the Health Pass, but I think you'll have to upload your vaccination card to the Health Pass. So here, I can't do it. I can't do another tutorial video right now because it's too early. But when I do it, when am I going down there?
You're going Monday.
I'm
so
going
it's a
Monday.
little
I'm meeting you
late.
guys on Monday. Yeah. So Rory needs to do the tutorial video, and then
I'll do
he'll
the
send it out.
tutorial. Yeah.
But you
Okay.
can watch this one, speed up watch it on 2x speed because it's a little bit slow. So that's the Health Pass. COVID tests. We've gotten a couple emails this week. Costa Rica doesn't require COVID tests. Common Ground National is requiring a COVID test. So it could be at-home tests, rapid tests. So just send us your results. This is for the host families. And for our volunteer partnerships and for our language classes. We just want to make sure that we are traveling down there as healthy as we can be without spreading anything.
Yep. So Kate, thanks for the message there. Nothing from iNext. I don't know that Samantha has finished uploading everyone, but if you do not have an email from iNext with your travel policy, leave us a note right here so that I can follow up with Samantha tomorrow and make sure, okay, great. Yeah, drop them in there. I don't have email from iNext. Okay. And then we'll make sure that we've got your policy taken care of. Okay. There's a few that she was still waiting on, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then there was another question in there that I wanted to, oh yeah, Megan, there's a chance that what you need to do when you reach out to your family is make sure you're doing +506 for the phone number. And if you're doing that and it's still coming up as they're not on WhatsApp, then that's probably a landline number that's listed, and we'll just have to look for the cell number. So if you're doing plus 506 and it's still showing no number registered, or this person isn't registered, let us know and we will search up the cell number. Okay, because they're definitely using WhatsApp. Okay, and okay, you're going with confirm airport pickups. Yeah.
Okay, so this is how, when you arrive into Costa Rica, so first group, Nicole, Megan, and Kate, when you arrive, you'll go through customs and immigration. You'll want to get on this document, okay, and make sure that, because this is what the host families are using to know if they're picking you up on the 28th or the 29th.
Yeah, just
okay?
what time. Mhm.
What time. So you'll go through customs immigration, get your bags. Okay, it's a really small airport. There is an ATM in the baggage claim area that you could get colones out, and it's a do not use the exchange houses because they'll rip you off. But if you use the ATM, you'll get the best exchange rate. Okay, there is for the question about a SIM card. If you want to purchase a local SIM card, if your phone is unlocked, okay, meaning that you can pop your SIM card out and put in another one. There's Colby cell service. The emblem is a green
Frog.
The logo is a green frog, okay, green tree frog. And you can purchase, I think we usually do like a $20 SIM card and plan, and that lasts for weeks.
Yeah.
And so that's where you can buy a SIM card. If you don't do it in the airport, these two things, ATM or cell service, on Sunday, we'll be meeting together and having an orientation and doing these things with you, taking you to the ATM, taking you to the Colby store.
We can't do Colby on
Colby
Sunday.
won't be open on Sunday.
But ATMs will.
Yeah. So anyways, once you exit baggage claim, you'll go through customs. Okay, so you'll put your bags through an X-ray machine. And then the exit will be really crowded with people saying taxi, 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 señorita, señora, taxi, taxi. Your job is just to ignore them, okay, and keep walking, ignore them, keep walking. And then you're going to look for someone holding up a sign that says your name on it, okay, and that'll be either your host family or a representative from the language school. Okay. Not all host families have cars and can make it to the airport. So a language school representative will get there. So your job is to ignore the taxi people and look for a sign with your name on it in big block letters. And then that's who you know.
Yep.
Who to go with. Okay.
So Lou, so how much to take out of the ATM when you land? So depending on how you want to do, if you have international fees or whatever that you need to contend with, if you do have those fees, you want to take more to begin with. But I'll typically have, anywhere from $50 to $100 worth of colones on me. So 100,000 to 200,000 colones, usually just in case. But that's you don't. It's not necessarily a cash heavy society. You can spend, use your card for a lot of purchases. So, but cash here and there for a coffee or, that kind of thing. Bus fares, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So what we need you guys to do right now is get into this document. I'll put the link in the chat and just make sure that, if you like Nicole, Megan, and Kate, you've probably told me this, I'm not remembering it right now, but you guys arrive on Friday, the 28th, and your host families want your host families to pick you up on Friday, correct? Rather than stay in a hotel, there's not any alternative plans. Okay, Megan, yes. Nicole, I think I see you nodding your head. Kate, you have an alternative plan. You've written me an email about it. I don't have it in front of me right now. Okay. Kate, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna head into San Jose for the night, and then I'll make my way back to either the airport or
Santo
the
Domingo.
host family. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just need to coordinate a time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna I'm just going to put this in yellow and I'll change it in a little bit. Okay. If you notice, Dee and Karen and Rory and Ignacis and someone else, you guys are all on the same
No,
flight.
not Ignacius. She's later.
Okay, Catherine, you guys are all on the same flight.
Yep. Fiesta time.
Fiesta
Woo,
con
woo.
Rory. Okay. And then these Ignacis and Isabel, you guys are highlighted because today we did ask the language school if they could pick you up at 10, because in the past it's always been kind of a 9 o'clock cutoff and then stay at a hotel and pick up the next morning because it gets late for host families. So Roy, have you received a message about that?
I didn't. Nope. I didn't get an update yet. So that's still TBD. We'll let you know as soon as possible. But Ignacis, do you have a hotel arranged by chance?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, hold off on it for now. Okay. I think we're going to try to make it happen for you to get picked up. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Maddie and Emmy flew in today and
That's
they're
right.
going to the Caribbean side. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then Sunday, is Katie on?
No, neither
Okay.
Katie nor Laura nor the McDevitt's are on.
Okay. Perfect. So we're set for this. Kate, you and I will just arrange a time. WhatsApp. Okay. So moving on to our lista de delincuentes. Okay.
Okay.
So-
Looks like we need vaccination cards from Nicole and Ignacis, please. If you've already sent them, please just resend them. I'm not sure if maybe they got lost in the shuffle or something. And then placement tests, we are mostly done figuring out who's in what level of classes and that sort of thing. But it's really hard to guess for Kate, Isabel, and Hwasong and Dee. So if you could take some extra time, if you had some trouble with the placement test, I'm sorry. Like if you did this, some people had some trouble with the save and continue feature. But if you could get in there as soon as possible, that would be great. Okay.
But great job. Look how short this list is compared to their last meeting.
Super nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
All
We
right.
just got some enlaces importantes for you all here in one shot. So if you want to refer to them, those are your airport pickups, health pass, host family assignments, and the WhatsApp group. And then let's take some questions. So Kate, and some of
Do
you,
you want to talk about this?
yeah, that's what
in the
I'm,
level
yeah, that's
four?
where we're
Okay.
headed. Yeah. If you register for the STEP program, the embassy sent you an email. Costa Rica is back on its level 4 travel advisory, which is what Costa Rica has actually been on since COVID hit. It's been a level 4. And it was only this past fall that it dropped down to a level 3 and then a level 2. But I say that because we did have successful travel this past summer when it was a level 4. We're, I guess, not that concerned about the uptick in Omicron at the moment. Yeah, real contagious, but also really mild for most folks with symptoms and that sort of thing. So we're just going to keep up with our regular protocols of, masking and hand sanitizing as we go in and out of places and all that kind of thing. And we're going to have a great trip. So yes, there's a little shift, this week with a couple of host families that we've had to make because just some people getting testing positive. But we're expecting that we'll be able to manage just fine this trip. Okay. So if that brings up some questions, be glad to take them. I also put the link in there to the WHO information, which is the site that I've tended to look at for Costa Rica and Ecuador and places that we travel and refer to that data versus what the CDC is saying per se. So that's where I've tended to go to get on the ground details. And so if you want to look at it, there you go. What other questions? I know we've answered some already, but what other questions can we answer for you in this last live meeting together?
You can unmute or put it in the chat.
So Nicole, no, but you might particularly find that when you are doing some of your planning for these workshops and things like that, having a device larger than your phone is going to be really helpful. So if you've got a computer that's easily packable, or a Chromebook or something like that, awesome. You won't regret having it. Okay.
LOL, Karen.
Yeah. We felt like, here's what we felt like when we were in Costa Rica this past summer. Oh my gosh, everything's outdoors. How is this more dangerous than being inside? And particularly now with the US in the winter, I mean, everything we do is going to be outdoors, open air, breezeways, even if you're under a roof. It's just a totally different feel down there. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the airflow quotient.
Laundry, good question. Your host family will do your laundry for you. Not all host families have a dryer.
Most don't.
Most don't have
It's a luxury
dryer.
item.
So your specialty ropa interior, you might want to leave at home, okay, and just bring some ropa interior that you feel comfortable with being hung on the line for all the neighbors to see.
Bring all the
Okay, or you can wash some of your more personal items in the sink and do it yourself, which is absolutely fine. Also, most host families have like a specific day or couple days during the week where they do laundry. It's not, I don't, like in my household, we're doing laundry all the time, every day. But in Costa Rica, what I've noticed is that host parents usually, because they don't have a dryer, it's like a whole day process to get it washed and then hung and then dried before the rain comes.
Yeah.
And so there's maybe like a Tuesday, Thursday schedule. So that's a conversation that you'll want to have with your host family, but you can expect it at least once a week.
Yeah. Generally, yes, Kate, generally sharing a bathroom with a host family. Yep. It would be rare to have your own bathroom.
And toilet paper. Who remembers the important lesson about toilet paper? Unmute yourself. What?
Never in the toilet. Never in the toilet, right?
Never in the toilet. Yes.
Never in the toilet. Toilet paper, never in the toilet. Yeah, exactly. Or other, feminine products and things. Wedding rings. Good question. I bought Leslie this amazing Walmart wedding ring. It is so cool.
This is before the active like REI rubber wedding bands came out.
That's right. That's right. So her finger always comes back green, but it's amazing. I wouldn't take really awesome, really nice jewelry. I just leave it at home. It's not worth worrying about. So
you'll probably be fine. I just like to be, don't like to worry about it.
Yeah.
So.
But you should certainly wear something because that will, keep attention down.
Maybe.
If you want the attention, take the ring off.
Very fuzzer. This is on the packing.
That's right, Karen. There'll be Freudian forgets.
This is on the packing list, but I always travel with the headlamp down to Costa Rica because power will go out, unexpectedly. I like to read at night. Roy likes to sleep. So sometimes in your bedroom, there may not be like a nightstand with a lamp on it. So always travel with the headlamp. I think and we're going to be doing a cool night hike, optional, of course, to see some tree frogs and stuff in La Fortuna. So you might want to bring a headlamp for that.
Oh, speaking of trips, Mauda is a scuba diver.
Oh,
and
yes.
Mauda has located.
Talk.
Yeah.
Mauda, yourself.
Tell us what you're doing.
Hi. In Manuel Antonio, when we go on our excursion, that Sunday morning, I'm going on a two tank dive day to just the local dive sites. Costa Rica is pretty good diving, so I'm one of the days I'm diving. Another excursion, doing another dive. So yay!
Cool. So I'll probably join Mauda. I'm recently certified to scuba dive and I'm all in. So I'll probably join her. If anyone else is a scuba diver, you're welcome to join us on that Sunday in Manuel Antonio. And so we'll pass some information around let me know if you're interested and pass some information so you can get signed up directly with the dive shop. Okay.
Last minute questions. The WhatsApp group, now that that's established, is the best place to ask your last minute questions. Rory and I will be answering like crazy questions that will come up. So yes, put it in the WhatsApp group. Anyone else join the WhatsApp group since we've been on?
I think I left my phone in the car.
We just came from basketball games.
We did.
Sliding in. All right. Well, we're going to stay on for any other questions, but that was what we wanted to be sure that we got through tonight. We are so excited to get down there and start the program with you guys. And if you're excited, nervous, all those emotions you listed, those are all really, really normal. So thank you for taking the time to be here tonight. And let us know what questions pop up in the WhatsApp group. And we'll see you in Costa Rica. Pura vida. Hasta luego. We're going to stay here for a couple minutes and answer questions. But if you have to leave, adios.
Yep.
Nos
Buenas
vemos.
Thank you,
noches.
guys.
You're welcome. Hasta
Buenas
luego.
noches, gracias.
Yes, Kelsey, you missed all of the most important details. You'll be totally lost. Lo siento.
We'll catch you up right now.
Kelsey's working, so she can't really play along with my teasing. All right, so we scroll back up to the beginning and see what
I'm not sharing the screen right now.
Oh yeah, okay.
But any questions, Lou, Maura, Kelsey, D, Lou?
Sorry. Just a comment. After talking with Lacey, she felt that she would like this extra support during our charla, and for me not to leave her hanging. So I will be on that side. I'm always happy to play with kids. I do it every week. So if I need to jump out and play some games, I'm happy to do it. But during the rotations, I'm also happy to support Lacey and the whole thing too.
Okay,
that's great, Lou.
So
Perfect.
Can I ask you to have some like games up your sleeve in case I need to pull you with on the kids program?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, awesome.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent.
Yeah.
Kelsey, to answer your question, we talked about some culture shock stuff in the first few minutes of the meeting. So just that regular process of everything's awesome and then things get frustrating and that kind of thing. So identifying ways to not allow that to affect your progress, your progress with your language while you're there. Kelsey, I did have a question for you. If you can text or unmute, you have a week of private classes and I've kind of been planning on you doing that private lessons week, your second week, and doing group stuff the first week. Let me know if that sounds good, bad, or you want to do something different for that. But that's what I thought made sense. Okay, perfect. That works for you. Great.
Okay, Maura and D. Maura, you're up.
When we plan our own excursions and those itineraries, should we be sharing all of that information with you so you have it all, or do you just let us go on our free time?
We would like to know where you're going and be helpful to you for how to get there and that kind of thing, just to make sure we kind of know what your general plan is, where you're going, where you're staying, that kind of thing. And we're happy to help you make all those plans.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll see who else joins you diving. All right. So D, a little concerned about how much or interactive the conversations or project is, like what type of props, presentation, etc. Right?
Yeah. So good question, D. Visuals are always good. And so we'll be talking to, and we've got lots of time to prep these while we're down there traveling. And so you don't have to be concerned about purchasing a bunch of stuff here right now so that you can take down there. But yeah, the goal is that it would be an interactive workshop style conversation, and with some visuals and imagery for visuals, more images than text per se, because we aren't 100% sure of where everyone's at with literacy and who will be at the at the workshop. So yes, we'll be talking with you, helping you make it interactive.
No.
All right. I think we did it.
Okay. Okay. Buenas noches, Kelsey. Dee,
Buenas noches.
Stephanie, Vanessa.
Más preguntas for additional questions, drop them in the WhatsApp group and we'll answer them there for everyone to see. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Ciao.